Hey everyone, Mr. Bress here. I wanted to make a short tutorial video to show you how to do how to use the NCBI BLAST tool in order to identify what gene a mystery piece of DNA comes from. And most of you are probably here because that is a practice assignment that you have today. So I'm going to show us how to do that. I'm going to go over here and I'm going to do it on the iPad because I think a lot of you might be doing this on your iPad. And am I going to be able to do that? Yes, I will. Here we go. And a couple seconds here. All right, so here we are. I've already pulled up this assignment in Notability. And I'm going to try this first sequence here, BLAST sequence number 1. So the first thing that I need to do is I need to copy the sequence. All right, so I'm going to copy that sequence. And then I need to click on NCBI BLAST. So the National Center for Bioinformatics has this basic local alignment sequence tool, BLAST. And we're going to click on that link. I think I can click on that link. Can I click on that link? Can I click on that link? Oh yeah, let's open that link. And chug-a-lug, here it goes. All right, so here's what we're looking at. And the first thing we want to do is we want to paste that sequence into this box here. So let's see if I can hold down in here. Can I? Oh no. Can I paste in here? Yeah, there it is. All right, so I pasted that sequence in there. The next thing that I want to do is I want to click in this box and I want to just search the humans. And that is, we can search humans right there. So this database that the National Center for Bioinformatics has, biotechnology information to be more precise, it's a database of the genomes of hundreds of animals that have been fully sequenced. And so here for this assignment, we're just going to look at humans. So I'm going to focus it so it doesn't search the entire database. And my hope is that that saves us a little bit of time. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to exclude these models. So these models are based on bioinformatics that they might predict that your short sequence might match to this gene in like an orangutan or a chimpanzee. We're just going to keep it to humans and we're not going to have it any predicted sequences. The other defaults are fine here. The other one we want to do, just because it's easier on the iPad, is to show the results in a new window. I like that feature on the iPad better, so I'm going to check that. And then finally, what we're going to do is we are going to click the BLAST button here. So let's BLAST. Let's click it. And at this point, it's going to take a little bit of time to search. So depending on how long it takes to search, I am just going to, oh, that was pretty quick. I was going to pause the recording, but in this case, it went pretty fast. So now we're scrolling down through these results here, and you can see we are on this tab highlighted descriptions. And what we're looking for is the very first one on the right here, these accession numbers that begins with NM, because that means that it's a coding sequence. It's part of the mRNA that's going to code for this protein. And once we find that, we can scroll over. And here we see that this is Homo sapiens CF transmembrane conductance regulator, CFTR, and this is mRNA. So we are going to now click on that right there. And you can see it gives us, here we are, this is the one we were looking at, NM 000492.4. And it gives us what we searched, the DNA sequence that we searched, and a matching sequence from this gene. And now the matching sequence matched from in this gene from nucleotide number 803. Remember, genes are long stretches of DNA from 803 to 829. And it matched exactly. So here we go. We have this, our sequence here. So in our assignment, if I go back to our assignment, we need the gene name, we need the chromosome, we need the amino acid code, and the disease relationship. So gene name we're pretty close to, but let's see if we can get a little bit more information here. So I'm going to click back over to here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll up. Remember that we were here at this NM, and I'm going to click this. Now that we are in alignments, pairwise alignment, I'm going to click the CDS feature. And when I click that, look at this. Not only now do we have the nucleotide sequence, but we have the single letter code for the amino acids here. So that is pretty cool right there. And that is the first thing that I can write in for, if I pull up from the bottom, oh, I'm almost there. There we go. And I pull Notability over here, I can see that the code that I want for the amino acid code is labeled right here, MKYRDQRAG. And so that's methionine, K, I can't remember K off the top of my head, Y is tyrosine, and so on. So let's put this code now. We could write this code into the place on our assignment here. So the amino acid code. So if I click my pen and let's actually make it a little smaller, we'll make it black here. So our code is M, K, Y, R, D, Q, R, A, G. All right. So we got some of the assignment filled out there. The gene name, well, you can see the gene name is actually CFTR right there. So we could put that in there, but we're still not sure what the chromosome is and the disease relationship. And so all this information we're going to be able to get if we click over here on this little link called GenBank right here. So I'm going to click on that link. It's going to open up a new tab, and there's a whole bunch of information here. And it shows us this is all about this gene. So if I scroll down, keep scrolling, all the way to where it says comment. Now this tells us about this gene. So this gene encodes a member of the ATP binding cassette super transporter family, or family's superfamily. The encoded protein functions as a chloride channel, making a unique member of this protein family and controls ion and water secretion, absorption, blah, blah, blah. It does all of this stuff. And right here, mutations in this gene cause cystic fibrosis, the most common lethal genetic disorder in populations of Northern European descent. So for the disease relationship, I'm going to write, get over here. I'm going to write mutations cause cystic fibrosis. All right. So you could maybe type in there too. I just want to go a little more quickly for you. And if I keep scrolling down to features here, I can see that the gene name right there, like we said before, is CFTR. So this is the cystic fibrosis gene. So the gene name is CFTR. And if I look a little more closely at these features, I can see the sort from underneath source that chromosome number 7. There are 23 pairs of chromosomes in human cells, and this one is located on chromosome number 7. All right. So from there, we have just completed blast sequence number 1. And this is really cool. So from a sequence of 27 nucleotides here, DNA sequence, we can search this database and show that this little piece of DNA is located in the cystic fibrosis gene. And there's a huge array of applications using this database. And some of it can be for archaeologists or paleoanthropologists that pull out DNA from like Neanderthal bones or old human bones and just little bits of DNA, and they can search this database and see what genes match up with human genes of modern humans. And they can then say how many mutations, how close Neanderthals were related to humans. There's plenty of other applications of this, but we're just getting started now, where now you can take a small chunk of DNA and figure out what gene it's a part of, where it's located, what amino acids it codes for, and the role that it might have in disease. So that is a simple tutorial there. I hope it's helpful, and good luck with the assignment.